Good evening, traders. This is PJ. It's April 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at the SPY ETF, how it did today, and what we can expect from it. So big picture-wise, we're taking a look at the weekly chart. We looked at this over the weekend. Let's take a closer look in this area. And we can see that one thing that's concerning is the 10-week moving average, which is in the blue color, is sloping down and it's about to cross under the green 50-week moving average. That is a concerning look, and it's concerning because it's going to predict some bearish action. The last time this happened was in 2022. You can see here it crossed under, and pretty much the whole year there was a pretty good downtrend and bearish action during that time. And only after 2023, beginning of 2023, did it cross over and start trending back up. So we need that to stay above the 50-week if we can. But right now it looks like it's going to push through, or trying to push through. The other thing is this RSI indicator, the momentum indicator. You can see a trend line for trendline support that the RSI met a couple of times while it's trending. It hit it a couple of times here, it hit it here, about 6 times. But then in February, it dropped through that support line. And currently we're in this area. So usually support turns into resistance, and it's the same for these indicators. For when we see, when this RSI pushes back up here, we really don't want to see any reversal candles. For it to push through back up into this area, it's going to need a lot of power. So we don't want the price action coming up here and having a reversal candle around this area. That's not going to be a good sign, especially with the RSI down here. If this RSI gets up into this area and we see a reversal candle, sort of like the inverse of this, or maybe something like this. If we see this candle over here somewhere, the same candle here, and this hit this trend line, it's not going to be good news. Let's take a look at how we did today. You can see currently in the daily time frame we're in a bearish situation because the 10-day moving average is below the 50-day moving average. So we're kind of in a bearish situation. The only thing saving us is the 50-day moving average is above the 200-day moving average. Remember, over the weekend we talked about this piercing pattern which predicts some bullish action. So it kind of predicts or forecasts bullish action. So right now it's kind of coming true. Today's action made it. There's some good things and bad things about today's action. Here's a closer look. The good thing, one of the good things is it made it, we got above the high of last Friday. Actually, we gapped up above the high of last Friday. So a gap up is good, and that's bullish. And we actually gapped up. And then we also got above this 10-day moving average. As you can see, when price gets above the 10-day, it's sort of bullish. It's a little bit more bullish than when it, than if it's not. So the bad things, or not bad things, but things that can improve, is we still haven't gotten above this high. So, and another thing is we haven't gotten above this 20-day moving average. So we're stuck in between the 10 and 20. This 20-day seems like it's a lot of resistance because it matches up with this high, and you got a 20-day, you got some gap downs here. So this is going to be a hard area to get through. And to get through, you're going to need a lot of power. So I don't know tomorrow if that'll happen, but if the market does manage to get through here, or to get above the 20-day, or get above this high, you're going to need a candle like this. It's going to need a good big white candle. It's going to either gap up, or it's going to have a big candle like this right here. If you take this candle and put it here, that's the kind of candle we'll need tomorrow. Not sure if that'll happen because the futures are down, I believe. So it could change possibly by the morning, but that's what's needed. It's not gonna just do it. You're not gonna shoot through that resistance just mildly. It needs to be a big candle. The other thing that we don't want is we don't want to drop back below this 10-day moving average. That won't be a good sign either, because then we're gonna start doing these kind of things. We really need to stay above this 10-day moving average, and we need it to start curving up. We need it to start curving up and possibly pushing past the 20-day. It didn't do it this time. It possibly could do it because there's a couple of these candles are really bullish. So it has a chance to do it here. But let's see. So pretty much we need to push past this high and this 20-day. We need this 10-day to start curving up, and we need to not drop below this 10-day moving average to stay bullish. Currently we are kind of bullish. And my bias is that it could possibly get this candle up here, because we have a lot of bullish action, and currently it's in a bullish mindset. So I'm hoping we get a bullish candle like this tomorrow or Wednesday. All right, have a good evening. Thank you. Also, if you like the content, please like it or subscribe. Thanks.